Welcome, ladies and gents. This is the Peace Dealer, and I have an emergency prophecy and message for you. Concerning this message and prophecy, this pertains to astrologically the presence of Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in Capricorn 2020 versus Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius 2021. You see, when we pass through time, things change and progress. And certain situations that's one way one year progress into the next. And we're going to see through this Pisces season miraculous turnaround. How, might you ask? Let me tell you right now. Because let me tell you, my friends, victory is at hand. Actually, victory was Aquarius season, so congratulations. But your experience of this is happening right now. In fact, what is profound with enormous profundity is the nature of this correlation in relation to the North Node in Gemini. And let me just get into prophecy. Basically, this is going to pertain to you watching this as being the holder of Gnosis. Because when we juxtapose the different personalities of the zodiac, what it breaks down to vaguely is to correlate how some people are more inner focused or introverted and keeping to themselves, and some people are more outer focused and are in the field and are social. And so a lot of your disagreements with individuals about the events of last year had a lot to do with one person gaining true knowledge and the other person being out there in the field. This doesn't have to pertain to just two people, but I'm using two people for context of the situation to at least have you be able to apply to whoever this applies to. You are going to be the person who came into true information, whether from on the internet, whether because you actually know people who are a part of it, whether because it was exclusive. You came into the true information, and you're dealing with people who last year were in the field. Now listen, you knew, but this was still a developing situation, okay? Pluto, Capricorn, Saturn, Capricorn, Jupiter, Capricorn. A lot of us were caught off guard by the bullshit and malarkey, despite still predicting some of it. And even people who aren't spiritual kind of predicted some of it. A lot of us were still caught off guard by the particular malarkey. And so a lot of people in the field were not at liberty to just believe whatever wisdom you may have gotten from the internet or from an insider. A lot of people got information from insiders that prove it's true, even with affidavits signed. But it's all good. We know that there was narrative spin doctoring at work. And, all part of the plan. Here's the thing, and we should always trust God's plan. But here's the thing. Now, compared to last year, because the people in the field were having faith in authority figures that have not yet been exposed at that time for basically mass corruption. So you, being that voice of knowledge, took your W. Now, the spin doctoring probably made you feel like that was an L. I want you to understand that you took your greatest W last year when you took that L. It wasn't an L. But you took your greatest W last year that may have felt like an L. It was doctored to look like an L. I hope this sounds familiar and hits you to your soul. Because that was where you had your greatest W during that period where you did not hold your tongue and you expressed the truth. Okay? For people who are in the field or just out the loop, remember now, especially in the context of a certain situation happening now, you being in the field, or not you being in the field, whoever you're dealing with in the field that just blindly believed or just wasn't really at the liberty to do anything else but to do what is enforced during the developing situation, may have clashed with what you knew because they see you're not in the field. So they think they have more knowledge. Realistically, right? Everything about Capricorn is real, right? So that's what makes this year the game changer. Now the energy is Aquarius. Now all the statistical data about last year is being revealed. Now, because we have, and this is why there's more narrative shifting, like, well, there's new developing situations, and not everything is safe, but that's cool. Now, factually speaking, we actually have information and knowledge through Aquarius to assess and analyze the last year, right? Relative to what adds up. Why is this important? Because here's the prophecy. The exact same people who awarded you an L when you took your W, reluctantly, these people are not going to want to, but they're going to acknowledge you had the dub. Why? Because they're in the field. They needed you. They needed to reject that. They didn't even reject that. But they needed to hear you say the truth back when you may even have been getting ridiculed. This is so important. Their rejection to it is why they're going to actually come to you, because you're the only one in their social circle who even told them that, which gave them their, you know, whether this is your family, whether this is friends, whether this is people, you know what I'm saying? This is so very important. Why are they going to come to you asking questions about more about what you know? They're going to reluctantly, they're not going to want to come. They are going to reluctantly, as latest by June, by the way, it's all happening now, come to you. Why? Because they're in the field. Last year it was a developing situation. Now the energy is Aquarius. Everyone has an idea and knows a lot more. Everyone has a North Node Gemini, an idea, and knows Aquarius, what the fuck's going on? You lived it. And these people are in the field. And they're the first ones who are going to realize, wait a minute, something's not adding up. They're not even wanting to believe in what you are saying, but now their real experience is showing them, wait, this almost mirrors everything this person was saying. So now I have no choice to talk to this person about this because I can't talk to anyone else about this, because that person actually knew what they were fucking talking about. Come and get this W. That is your prophecy. And listen, the best thing about this is you're beyond this. You're like, you've moved on. So when this comes in, you're not even when you started, you weren't on this, but the vibe isn't like, I told you so, I was right. You already moved on. So like, you're already downloading some new information. Really. So like, and by that, I mean, you're stepping into the next lessons and the next focus of this year. So just keep that in mind. The reason why this is important is that person's real experience is going to add to your knowledge. And I promise you, it's not even like these people will suddenly, okay, you were right and we're good. No, they have that's not even the intention. It's just going to be a reluctant acknowledgement at their part that you knew what you're talking about, because they're really experiencing it. And not only are they really experiencing it, but their evidence and experience is going to add up to the developing situation of last year. And yeah, I really hope this prophecy hits you deep in your soul. Please comment how this may apply to you. This will apply to you if you came into the truth, not conjecture, not theory, truth. Whether it was on the internet, whether it was from an insider, whether it was from your direct experience. And not being believed for it, Neptune square to Gemini, right? Coming back around because other people are now finally catching up and really experiencing it to deal with this energy. So other than that, y'all stay blessed as always. And I still want to remind everybody that we are still in the apocalypse cycle, y'all. So, you know, there's no turning back. There's no turning back at this point. March 21st, 2020, the sun was 1 degree Aries. You were alive during this. Isn't that insane? You're fucking alive for the apocalypse. I wouldn't really curse, but the world's ending. And that's an incredible thing. The sun was 1 degree Aries. Pluto, Saturn, Mars, war, and famine, Jupiter in its fall in Capricorn, were all conjunct at the final degrees, starting the domino effect that will be the apocalypse. Pestilence is disease. And you can't say this is not the apocalypse, because accordingly, if we can trust these sources, pestilence has already claimed 500,000 lives in the US alone. And don't get me started on war, because, Syria. So please understand that when Mars was in Aries, I think that was the initial Syrian strikes where the president got threatened, if not earlier. But we know that when war entered Pisces, people were rioting everywhere, and Chaz happened. That really happened, but it was in Pisces, it was Neptune, so it was fake as hell. It wasn't really, it was kind of controlled. Not anymore, not after it went through Aries, and the Capitol riot happened in Taurus. So let's talk about cycles. Mars is the first planet of the apocalypse, of course, god of war, that's going to complete this as it goes around. And it's going to complete this in Cancer during May, coming into June. By then, we're going to be at war. So if you see that strikes are sent to Syria, that's why. It's just, I'm not going to wait for the Associated Press to tell me that I'm at war because of whatever they reported. We're already at war. War does not take place with just guns. There's a psychological war. There's a social war. There's an info war. Posts are getting censored. And so I can say that, and people can just get that in the metaphorical sense. Oh yeah, man, we're at war. And it's like, no, motherfucker. We are at war. And it sucks. It sucks. It sucked. Like, the greatest part of this war is the illusion of safety and peace, to make you think that, oh, we can just get back on schedule, when that shit's dead. This is all an illusion. This is all an illusion. This is all an illusion. Okay, and it fucking sucks, y'all, because I can say this until I'm blue in the face, but until the Associated Press and Al Jazeera and CNN say we're at war, niggas won't believe me. Niggas don't believe. I don't have my own news station, so that's where we're at. For those of you who know what the fuck time it is, put on that armor. Thank you very much. You already know. Put on that armor of God. The angels are awakening. The vampires are awakening too. The noble vampire clan is awakening shortly after the alien fleets arrive. And I hope that sounded crazy as hell, because I mean what we're entering is super crazy. We're in an apocalypse cycle. Oh yeah. So I need to act normal. I need to act normal, even though the world's fucking ending. I need to act normal. Now, when I say the world's ending, I don't want you to think the Hollywood movie apocalypse where shit just fucks up. Think of it as the world resetting itself. And an old social order coming to an end so that a new one can take its place. No, I'm just joking. The fucking world's ending. Shout out to Pluto Sag. Y'all gonna burn this bitch and create a new one. Hey, Pluto Scorpio got you too. Pluto Scorpio got you too. And Pluto Libra. But other than that, y'all stay blessed as always. Okay, trust me when I say Mars is gonna go into Gemini, guys, and everything's going to change. Listen to me. You need to prepare, guys. Listen, please. Mars went into Pisces and we had riots. It's gonna go back into a mutable sign, guys. When Mars was in every time Mars has been in a mutable sign, fucked up shit has happened, bro. The last time it was in Sag, Kobe died. Then it was in Pisces, and then Chaz happened. What's gonna happen when it comes into Prepare. I love you all. Godspeed. I speak life and blessings on you. I speak victory. I speak all that. You need to prepare. It's all gonna happen at once. It's all just gonna happen so fast. You need to be ready. You can't be slacking down.